And welcome to the second map of this E2F12 EU versus NA Highlander Showmatch with Admirable, Salamander, Hildreth and Comedian on the stream. Give me some analysis, guys. Make me look smart.
Oh, well, one team is playing Team Fortress 2, and I think the other one just now realized they're playing Team Fortress 2?
Yeah, I think
That's my analysis. I'm pretty expert
SNSD
on
need
that.
to show up. They've just been phoning it in for the first map. Wow.
Now, you know, they had a really good offense in the first map. Both times around, their offense was solid. It's just that the Syndicate was a little bit better.
Comparatively speaking, yeah, their offense was really good, maybe by the standard of Highlander, but compared to the Syndicate, not up to scratch, really, so.
You've got to remember, SNSD have never been challenged like this before.
Really? There aren't any other good Highlander teams in Europe?
Well, not as good as Syndicate, it seems. I've never seen a team tear SNSD apart so hard. I mean, I've seen them lose a couple of maps to Colony over the years that they've played. But they've always been like close maps.
Yeah, true. Colony is that a Russian team?
It's a Finnish team.
Finnish team. Okay,
with one
so no wonder I
Swede.
couldn't understand. But
What's
yeah,
the Russian
Colony
team,
is one of those.
Turbo Poop?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. The Turbo Poop Esports. It's just one of those really, really amazing teams all around as well. Colony and Turbo Poop, and yet SNSD stomps all over them, don't they?
On a regular basis.
They're going to be wheeling out the excuses. They're already getting them prepared before the game even started about how they hadn't practiced so much. They played a few games last night, whatever. But I mean, really, we heard this all before at I-46. Europe needs to take TF2 more seriously.
I don't know. My
here.
question is, the ETF2L Highlander season, are they like not playing right now?
No, it is about to start, so which is what.
Well, that's the thing, though. That the Syndicate has been practicing like every week, probably 3 or 4 times a week, for 4 or 5 weeks now, because we're in that 4th or 5th week of UGC Highlander. So I think that's actually a fair criticism to make, or a fair excuse to make, that SNSD probably haven't been practicing as hard because they wouldn't have been able to find as many scrims. They just don't have a season to play right now. So the Syndicate probably on top of their game, really, really hardcore right now. I think that may be part of it.
I think we need somebody to pay for SNSD to come over to Alan and the Syndicate, settle it that way.
Oh
so
my
as
God,
we are
I know.
going live.
Speaking of DreamHack, I mean,
Do you know anybody with a fat wallet, Sal, that could just maybe do that?
no, not at all.
Oh wow, looks like we're going to go to middle here, and I have no idea what to expect, Hildreth. Is it just going to be
This
all
is
out,
gonna be
balls
cute,
out?
dude. Soup versus kaidus, and Ruwin actually comes in to finish that off. Ruwin taking down kaidus right away. That's going to be huge. Soup can get right out on the middle of the point and deal a ton of damage. He wants to take down that high ground mini sentry, but he can't yet. It does look like SNSD is just falling apart here, though.
Wow, what a first middle.
Not a kill yet. Cube's the only one left. He's going to go for Ruwin here, but he is going to get ruined. Actually,
Well, I think
Polk finished him off.
SNSD's middles on depends so much on kaidus. I saw this when they were practicing. Kaidus would just be some middles so fast and destroy the other demo man. He's a pretty fast demo, but you know, the Syndicate know about kaidus. They know how good he is. So
Well, and they've
just
got
thought, I'm
Soup.
just going to rush him.
Soup is able to, yeah, Soup and Ruin are both able to get there really fast as well because they're Sixes players. They're really, really good. So kaidus is going to have to, I think, respect his opponents a little bit more here than he has in his Highlander scrims.
Uber popped in here on last. It's Ruin leading the charge with that Ubered scout. He gets just in their faces enough, but he's finally gone down to the Sindri there, and right now they've managed to hold off vhalin alive with that black box somewhere. I'm trying to find him.
It's going to be hiding up top here on the balcony, using the mini sentries as a distraction. Someone should push top though. There's
Going for
nobody
last.
to push
he's
top.
going-
for the
oh,
backup. No.
Yeah, I thought he was going to, but no, he's just going to go for the med pick here. Doesn't actually get the sucker. So SNSD stabilizing on defense quite a bit there. They wiped out their opponents except for vhalin, and now are prepared to push forward.
Yeah, he ran out of rockets there with that black box. There's the criticism of it.
Yeah.
Look at this pressure coming in on the sucker. TMP, Ruwin and Stabby all came in to try and get him. Couldn't get him in, but the sucker keeps his Uber and he keeps himself safe. And he's telling his team to pile forward with this Uber advantage.
Now, the sucker really wants to be careful about the sniper, because Jake has been cutting people's heads off with that sniper rifle left, right, and center. So the sucker does not want to put himself in that position, but it looks like Droso has spotted out a sneaky little play here of Soup and Hein trying to get upstairs in that little drop down, and they got taken out So Hein kind of laughing about it, but Droso did manage to catch that ambush before it happened, and that saves the push here for SNSD. They're actually going to be able to take mid.
Yeah, Droso just went huge there.
I think he got a little bit lucky. Super the sticky trap up there. He was waiting for his medic, who just got a little bit stranded whenever his heavy went down. But the sticky trap didn't yield any damage, literally no damage, and Droso just ran straight in there and picked up 2. You would have expected a Demoman to be able to do some damage up there, but he seemed to choke a little bit. Maybe this could be the turnaround that Europe need. Droso with the inspirational play. He's back now, having been subbed out for Hat just at the end of the last game. Hopefully he is ready to carry SNSD to victory already.
Oh no!
Oh, the sucker drops stickies and rocket damage from the other flank of vhalin there. Soup picks up the kill though, and then vhalin on to kaidus. That's 2 key players down right now for SNSD. It's still 0-0 here, and it looks like, I'm going to say it, the Syndicate are going to be able to move into middle fairly easily.
These pings are, you know, not the best for the sucker, but you know, you got to pop it if you're going to red health, man. Especially at 100 ping, don't take that chance.
Yeah, it may just be that he wants to try and milk these a little bit too long, and that's definitely a mistake in the face of an enemy team that knows how to make focus calls. You know, and they may not be too used to that either, too accustomed to an enemy actually focusing them down, but. That's exactly what the Syndicate are going to do. They're going to say, look, everybody focus the med now, and everybody shoots the med. And all it takes is like 2 or 3 people taking the same shot at the same time. Suddenly you've got a dead med.
It was a fell push by the Syndicate back onto middle though. They popped that Uber, but they couldn't really do anything or get many kills because Granary is such a big point, and they lost polk straight away. Tviq with a headshot. So now SNSD have the momentum. It just switches like that. Click of the fingers.
Yeah, although Stabby's behind them right now, and he's actually he was in a good position. Is he going for a back cap though? Yeah, he is. So he's just trying to take some attention.
I think SNSD know that they only need to let 1 or 2 people deal with that. Push their heavy classes in, which is what they're doing with this Uber from the garage side.
Yeah, this is a Sixes style push coming in with that Demoman from the garage side. Didn't actually get any frags.
Nobody
he's
saw
done a little bit of damage.
Nobody saw polk. He was hiding in Z and he just came out, ambushed, and killed the sucker. Huge play from my buddy from public service.
This is getting really scrappy right now. It's 5 against an Uber for SNSD. The Syndicate coming out here all invulnerable, cleaning up frags. Alex Tviq go down. There is a back cap on though. That's going to maybe draw their attention just a little bit. It's kaidus behind enemy lines. He's going toe to toe with Soup. He's got the melee out. He wants to go for it. No honor from kaidus though. He ain't going melee. He's just
gonna have an honor fight.
Oh.
He's
just
brought
buying
his team
time
so
here.
much time. He's
Yeah,
completely
Now,
really
of course, he is surrounded. Soup is sticky trapping him up, so he won't be able to get out of here. And that's actually going to be pretty bad. kaidus does get taken down. TMP killing him. And Jake finds Cube. So we've got 2 players down right now for SNSD. Now, that's not always enough to push on, but I think the Syndicate, they want to get aggressive. They are going through the garage right now. Soup laying down a bunch of stickies, trying to put the damage onto his opponents. And very quickly, Admirable, I think we are seeing that SNSD is going to have to drop back out of here.
Yeah, Polk coming in, taking advantage of that high ground. With that minigun, no one's going to be able to jump up to deny him. They will need at least an Uber charge, and that is not in the bank. Oh, the sucker has it now, actually. They're going to use Uber to block here for sure. I wonder how this is going to turn out. They're already 3 down to beat Zoob and Linus out of the equation.
He dropped again! Why? The sucker! He's getting into red health, and he's just not popping that Uber. Hein, of course, does make the pop, and so this is going to look a lot better for the Syndicate.
I think it really must be a ping issue. Like, I've experienced it a lot myself. I've got a very dodgy connection, but whenever you're playing Medic on anything over 100, like, you really need to be Ubering a lot earlier than you normally would. In Sixes, you know, you get a lot of space to just milk it and pop it off, but there's so many different sources where damage can come from an Highlander.
Hurri's coming behind, but he's been spotted, I think. Yeah, he's been spotted now, so they know. He's still going for the stab, but that's not going to happen. Jake takes him out, and he is just basically a useless spy right now. He's dead for his team, but Stabby's dead too, so it doesn't matter.
Right now they're trying to probe the garage a little bit. We've got players spread out fairly evenly here for the Syndicate, trying to find an angle and just decide what they want to do. They do have that Uber advantage, of course, and I wonder how they're going to use this. Jake's sitting watching a closed door right now in case anyone pokes their head out, but it's not going to happen. A little bit of a standoff here. It's still 0-0 though, and there are how many minutes left? Damn, my scoreboard is broken.
There's 22 and a half, so plenty of time left. They've taken about 7 minutes in this round so far, which is not surprising for Granary. It's a very, very choke pointy map where the last point is easy to defend if you know what you're doing. But SNSD losing 3 players right now, Linus, Tviq, and Hurri, and it's a really big deal to lose your sniper because they're going to have a tough time taking out Jake. Jake actually is behind the Uber, and kaidus whacks polk with the caber.
I think he's been waiting to do that for the last 2 maps here. Does get that caber kill, but right now SNSD have had to back off to last. They got some picks there, but it wasn't enough, and Ruwin just goes in and destroys the sucker.
Hein actually going for some crossbow shots here on kaidus. I think he hit one, but did not hit the other, and now he's going to have to back away. Finds polk, though, and so that's going to be a nice, decent defense for them. They're going to have a huge Uber advantage as well, so that could be the round if they can just hold on to that and then push back in with it. Hildreth, what are your thoughts so far on how this is going? SNSD is actually playing decently well.
They're playing reasonably well, yeah. The Sucker's 2 drops massively costly for them so far, but a couple of people maybe to call out and not doing anything. Hurri, a lot of criticism has been to him as we see the Syndicate come in. That Hurri gets carried by his team a lot.
The Uber has come in here.
Interesting way of putting it.
Hildreth dropped some big bombs.
Soup's just standing on the point, he finally dies. They got the point with half capped. There's just 4 alive for the Syndicate, the Wrangled Sentry. It's Dave, plus at the moment gets 2 kills with it. Nobody's dealing with him now. He's going to run for the point. No, he's just going to run away. SSD hold on again. Oh, vhalin's on the point.
He's jumped up to the pipe now. He's dancing around there, making them look
Ruwin,
back and
what
forth.
a huge kill on the sucker. He's going to continue with Cube. He's trying to get that kill.
Hurri.
And he does.
Hurri gets the medic,
Hurri got a
does
good
it matter?
stab. It doesn't matter at all, no. There's just too much damage coming in all at once. Hurri, he got a good stab, but the rest of his team had already died, so
that was all vhalin though, wasn't it? Making the distraction for Ruwin to come in and just pick 2 people.
Yeah, very good point that Ruwin managed to get in and kill the medic without anybody even looking at him because vhalin was already in there making the distraction.
Let's see what Ruwin does on this middle.
Yeah, I'm on his cam right now as well, actually. Taking the high ground rollouts, and he's content to just kind of pick away at kaidus this time. Not killing kaidus early on. We'll see what happens, whether you're absolutely right or whether SNSD still just gets taken out. But so far, it's looking like a more even fight. Ruwin is getting in behind, though, and I think the engineer is probably going to get taken out here. Meanwhile, there's still only 1 down for the Syndicate, and it looks like they are pushing their opponents out. The Sucker gets taken out. kaidus is still alive, still 175 health, and Alex, ALX, doing some big damage, but he does finally die. Where is kaidus right now? Oh, he's in behind. He's going for Hein. Doesn't manage to get him. He did a lot of damage, though, and Hein is forced to pop the Uber. At the very least, they could save that.
Yeah, managed to save some face there with that Uber pop. kaidus does go down eventually to the black box of vhalin, our MVP of the last map. And right now it is SNSD on the back foot yet again. It's just been a dominant performance so far from the Syndicate, really schooling Europe in how to play Highlander. Any map, anywhere, any time it seems.
I think that there might have been a better time to play this, and that might have been after the season for ETF2L had started, because that way SNSD would have really been on top of their game. Like I said earlier, I think the fact that they haven't, been in the middle of a season, whereas the Syndicate have,
Sal,
I think that
supposed
helps.
to be us making the excuses for Europe, you don't have to stand up for us. I don't need your pity, Sal.
Fine, America's better than you guys, and we just know it.
Thank you.
We know it.
Pick me when I'm down. Come on, Europe, you can do this!
I'm waving my American flag right now.
It's not over yet. We've seen SNSD come back from last, but already vhalin goes straight for the medic. Misses 2 shots, and the Sucker gets the force off, so now if they can get a few kills here and re-push. Look at TMP walking in the pipe. No one spotted him on last.
Meanwhile, Stabby's getting right in on the med, and nobody spotted him either. He's actually taking some heals from the med, and still nobody really even knows he's a spy. He's chasing after kaidus right now, but he is going to finally have to activate that dead ringer. Oh, kind of a weird activation, probably lag-related. Hate it when you click the dead ringer, and then it immediately deactivates, and you're like, shit.
My public spy hero plays, I can definitely relate to that, but in Europe, we banned the dead ringer in 6s, man. I'm sorry, it's just imbalanced. It's broken. That's not spy.
Well, in 6s?
That's God mode. That's God mode.
Well, you ban everything in 6s, but
yeah.
But in 6s, actually, in America, it's allowed, and we don't see it used very much. because once you die, everybody still knows to look out for the spies, so they're just going to try and find where you decloak and you die. Like, it's really actually really easy to take out in 6s. In Highlander, it's a lot harder. Jake going crazy though, as is Stabby. That's 2 amazing kills. Tviq and Alex both down, and now SNSD needs to back away once again. TheSucker gets away with his Uber. He's going to be sitting back to defend the second point.
Yeah, it looks...
Go ahead, Admirable.
No.
Ladies first.
I'm super polite. Alright, then.
TMP is just plus forward and into the Velix. TheSucker holds onto the Uber, balls of stills, and now he pops. Weird
That's the
fight,
thing, holding onto an Uber against Ruwin rushing at you, that takes either massive balls or like a few less brain cells than the average person. I know TheSucker's pretty smart, so we're going to go with the testicular fortitude this time around.
Yeah, worth noting as well that TheSucker has been playing Soldier this season in 6s. Isn't that right? He isn't playing Medic anymore. Maybe his Medic skills need to be a little bit sharpened up. We've seen a few drops from him so far, but right now his team are looking okay to hold on to this point, possibly push out. They're trying to find the angle, but vhalin's flanking around. He's got time on the point. He's on to kaidus. Gets shut down though by Alex. He's got his back. And they're controlling that right yard. There's a pyro coming in. TMP it does get spotted. He was thinking of going for that medic, but thought better of it. He's going to survive to fight another day. And we do see zoob do big damage, beating kaidus out with a headshot from Jake. That's going to be an important pick.
Tviq has been making some very good headshots of his own. He hasn't been making any picks so far in this little area, but the headshots he's been getting has been forcing, you know, the heavy and everybody else to back off. He's kept his team in the yard very effectively. Stabby does activate that dead ringer, so he's going to be trying to sneak around, but no sir, Droso finds him out and kills him.
Uber on the point, Hildreth. I'm going to just screw you over this time, man. There'll be no more politeness in this cast. Hildreth, if you're talking, I'm talking. That's how it's going down, and big damage coming in from the guys at SNSD. kaidus and Alex just hooking up beautifully there. That's a 4-man advantage as they push forward through the yard here. They just need to go for it, get into middle now. Do not wait around. Just they're coming in already. The big bomb in from kaidus. He loves that aggressive jump play. He's not doing enough damage, so he does find the NG, but can't finish him off. Finally gets Dave Plus down. Dances over his mini sentry on top of the crate there, and look at all these SNSD players on the point. Oh, zoob just got a headshot by Tviq. I think he was about to get that pick, yet another pick onto TheSucker, but Tviq is there to save his life, this time at least.
You know, I'm quite surprised by the play of TMP. Let me see what his ping is again, because he is still able to consistently reflect projectiles coming at him. Well, 50 is not too bad then. That's probably the issue. Actually, the Syndicate, look at their pings dropping here. They used to have, well, I mean, some of them still have that 190, but I know some of them do have a much better ping than their opponents, and that's probably playing a pretty big deal.
I just want to interrupt there, Sal, and say that the stream is down in terms of the video is actually down. I mean, you can still hear us, but you can't actually see the action if you're on the stream. We're just going to have to do it radio cast style, as SNSD are pushing into last, but they've lost quite a few people. I don't think this push is going to work. Yeah, they've lost LX, now their Sucker is kind of stuck in no lands land. He is going to go down. It's going to be a wipe for SNSD. Good defense from the Syndicates.
That was a good defense, and it really was just too many entry losses by SNSD. They are respawning in their forward spawn. Droso actually is waiting inside forward spawn, kind of creeping around in there, just to see if he can get some sort of an ambush going on the Syndicate once they start pushing towards mid. But they are they're taking their sweet time in the second point, it seems. Sounds like a headshot going down from Stabby. And Jake, of course, finishes off Tviq. Droso's still hanging out inside this forward spawn. He really wants to get this ambush.
It seems like there really isn't that much momentum to be taken in Highlander when playing Granary.
Yeah,
I think
I was talking to
I
was talking to vhalin a while ago about playing Foundry, and one of the things he said about playing Foundry, which is a 5 CP map, is treat it like a 7 CP map and use these yards. I think the same's really applied for Granary. It's really hard to roll CPs. We have a back cap going on.
We do. That's Droso. He was in that forward spawn. He managed to find Dave and kill him. He's going for it, and kaidus is there. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be a round in favor of SNSD. That's the first round they've won the entire afternoon, and Droso was the catalyst.
Yeah, Droso and kaidus, I don't know where, but they must have been hiding up top or something. Just came in, killed the resistance behind, and it's 1-1. We have a game, Sal. 13 minutes left.
We do have a game, Hildreth. I'm quite happy about that. And it seems like our video is back, so no worries there, everybody. We are watching TF2 as well as listening to it. Who got there first, though? I didn't see Ruwin kind of sneak around to the side again, but this time around he will meet Droso, and he gets taken out right away. So losing Ruwin, losing one of your carries on the team, I guess, is a pretty big deal. Hein killed by Tviq. You're absolutely right. That was an amazing snipe there by Tviq. Don't know how he got away with it. But the Syndicate starting to lose a lot of players here, and they don't have any heals because they're missing their med. So Polk, I mean, he's trying his best to get the kills, but everybody is just going to start falling here for the Syndicate, and yet they're still able to do so much damage. It's just Dave, Ruwin, and Stabby. Stabby activating that dead ringer. Dave now taking a lot of damage, and Ruwin actually was a respawner, so I'm sorry. It really was just the NG and the spy there. But that mid-fight went pretty well for SNSD. Did you guys see why that was exactly?
Well, Tviq sniped the medic down in about 2 seconds.
I mean, yeah.
Well, Ruwin dying first straight away was one thing. So, you know, not having one of your big carry player in the fight early isn't helpful. It means Soup has to play defensive, but Tviq was just well positioned. Knew where Hein was coming from, sort of watching garage to garage or ramp room to ramp room. Just picked his head off, and Droso picks out Ruwin Ninja, and they're going to push with an Uber advantage. Or are they? They're getting spam, pre-fired spam on them. It's a good job.
The Syndicate losing so many players here, though, and now the SNSD pushing in, doing a lot of damage. They weren't able to find Hein, but kaidus, he looks like he still wants to jump in after it. No, he will have to be retreating here.
It would be a bad idea, considering they've got to clean up people behind, like vhalin on the point. Wait for, and they have Uber advantage as well. The Syndicate, they just should reposition themselves up top. But they're going to go for it. They're going to try and make Syndicate force. kaidus jumps on the last point, gets denied by Ruwin. Now a bomb from Linus forces Uber, but they're going to lose AOX as well. And Ruwin is still chasing the sucker, and he takes him out, and that's what I was talking about. So that they should have just been, you know, regrouping, waiting for this repush to come in. Instead, that, you know, they just got caught out by an Uber. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, kaidus now positioning. He wants to start to... Oh! Taking down Girardi players, actually kills Dave right away. He's looking for the kill on Hein, but he's not able to quite get the hits. Hein is down to 60 health, but he will survive and probably eat a sandwich here from his heavy. Yes, gets exactly that. That's a beautiful friendship right there, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and we do see the Syndicate moving forward slowly but surely. It's quite a number of advantages they have here on this point. vhalin jumping in, picking off the sucker with that black box. Finally gets taken out by Zoob from on high. That engineer with the shotgun. Ooh. And it's getting really scrappy. SNSD Hurri picks up Jake. That's no sniper here. And it looks like things are going to stabilise again on middle.
Both teams are forgetting, well, vhalin's advice about it being treated like a 7 CP map. And do we have a pause here?
We do. I was watching that Hurri cam for a little while after he got the sniper pick, and he's actually been doing a pretty good job here at mid, getting a revolver kill on a retreating heavy, getting the sniper pick is a huge one. So one thing that Stream Chat says, and I tend to agree with, you see a lot of like really superstar spies having a hard time in Highlander, and it's because against this many people who are all coordinated and watching their flanks and watching their backs all the time, it's tough to play spy and get any effective
I still
picks.
think Hurri needs to step his game up a bit. He usually gets quite a lot of medic kills. That's the sort of style. I was talking about this with Kip last night.
Check this out, guys. TheSucker is running Crits Creek. Hello.
Ooh.
Well, that's good. Of course, Dave now down. Droso managed to finish him off, but he did eat a couple of shots from that sentry and died himself. So right now, the Syndicate, they've lost a couple players, but they're getting their respawns in. And yes, things are going to stabilize here between the yard and the middle point.
Yeah, we've got to watch out for that crits coming in a few seconds. kaidus, it might have been called if Stabby knows he's been checking for crits. He's coming behind the sniper, he's going to get him.
I'm fully expecting the sucker to die before he even gets this crits, but maybe, just maybe, we're going to see some crits action here. So.
He has it right now, he's delaying.
Oh, kaidus is going to be the lucky recipient of these hot crits. He finds the medic with the first one. That is Hein down straight away. But wow, so many frags come in response right there. The sucker is stranded all alone against the spy, but Droso's there to save him. Actually, Hurri picks up that frag. But looks like the crits advantage might just be maintained. They're going to be able to build up, but no, vhalin comes in and picks up 3. A hat-trick for vhalin. Can he get the sniper? No, Tviq gets revenge for his team. But that was pretty sick right there.
Yeah, I was just wondering, where did vhalin go after after he came behind, he got spotted and Durati, and then he just seemed to jump away even though the sucker was by himself. He left him. I was like, where did vhalin go? He could have easily had the medic. But that's where he went. He was anticipating the retreat from SNSD.
Might have been a communications issue there for SNSD. Their mumble went down is what they're saying, and that's what that pause was for. They got it back. But yeah, SNSD in full retreat once again. It is 1-1 right now. 8 minutes left to go in this round, this little 30-minute round timer. And the Syndicate, they want to put it away. They want to get to last, make it 2-1 as soon as they can, and then just kind of park that bus, because then they will win everything. The whole Highlander Showmatch between North America and Europe will belong to the Americans.
Wow.
It looked like they have an advantage here. SNC as it crits again. And it is his pops.
It definitely is.
On kaidus first stick he finds only a sniper. And the rest of the team are a bit slow supporting kaidus.
kaidus gets soloed by a pyro there. Just strictly flames onto kaidus was enough to take him down. The sucker was just stranded around the corner just a little bit, and now that has instigated the push from the Syndicate. Tviq finds the head of vhalin though, their star player, and right now it looks like they're not going to push their 4 players down. They're just going to chill out, and we're going to go back into a little bit of back and forth. But with this crit screed coming up soon, I'd have to fancy SNSD to be the ones making something happen here.
Yeah, they may start to get in position to pop this on ALX or on kaidus. Either one of those a great decision, but of course kaidus has proven himself with that crits twice now. He's getting really important picks with it. Right now they are just pushing forward with Alex. No, they do meet up with kaidus, and he is in the garage. He's ready to take this crits. Problem is, pushing a crits through this choke point, not an easy task to do. It's going to be very tough to find a Hein. Hein is actually very well hidden, or was.
They should know that it's coming. Hein should be right out of there, and I think he is. He's right in the corner.
Oh! vhalin just standing on the lamp there, spamming rockets down on the sucker. The soup actually picks him up with a sticky, but no one checked that lamp hiding spot there. And again, big place. The sucker gets destroyed. Crits over, he'll drop anything.
kaidus just created looking for that medic as well. It's looking a bit sad. You know, but they were playing the crits just to be aggressive, but it doesn't pay off in Highlander, especially when you're against a good team that know it's coming. It's the same in 6v6, Admirable. They know you have crits, all they have to do is just wait for you to waste it and come back in and destroy you.
Yeah, you say that, but you know, it is possible to run crits all the time. There is definitely a lot of metagame and mind games that go on with it, but if you can manage to keep your medic alive, crits is definitely viable. But if the sucker dies all the time, then well, it's not going to work. It is the normal overcharge right now, but he doesn't have it. He's on 60%, gets taken out by polk, and that bombing from vhalin hooking up quite nicely. Looks like another cap here for the Syndicate. 2-1. How long's left on that clock?
5.5 minutes. The pace of this game, it's not particularly likely that they will get around unless they win this middle here.
No, question is, can kaidus win it for them? He's going to have to deal with both Ruwin and Soup at the mid first, and that's not an easy thing to do, but I'm watching his cam right now. He's actually really slow to mid here. What's going on? kaidus is super slow.
He's going to wait for a buff and jump the corner. I've got a feeling that's his plan. Or he's just trying to stay with his team. Maybe he's scared of Ruwin.
Looking for that buff. No, he's just going to stay with his team, you're right. He is pushing down, trying to work that angle. Pyro comes in onto him now. He's already on fire. He needs Cube to put him out. He's totally trapped here. kaidus out of the picture, gets finished off with that flare kill. But SNSD have position on the point, and they've got a little bit of a man advantage as long as they can
Droso's
just keep the sucker alive. Oh, he goes down, but he gets revenged by a Ruwin, and Alex picks up that frag, and it looks like SNSD will be pushing ahead onto CP2/CP4 here. We do see vhalin hiding on the lamp though, or on the sign. Another gay spot. He's ready for some action.
We just want to say that we've had another crash from our streamer, so we are going to go radio mode again for the next couple of minutes until we get this back up. If there is
even the sucker! Okay, he does pop the Uber there. He actually got pushed really hard by TMP, and he was forced to pop the Uber early. He didn't really want to do that until they were pushing it last.
The point. Soup debts, but doesn't get anyone. That could have been very problematic right there.
No, thing is, it's 9 versus 4, almost 9 versus 3
Spawns
now.
are going to come in a second. Sucker's
it
just
doesn't even matter. Like, if SNSD gets the point right now, they win this round, and it might get tied, might go to overtime. There you go. It's tied up 2-2, guys, and I apologize for the the HL2.exe crash, but all of a sudden we have a tie game again with only 3.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, we are back, by the way. Just getting confirmation from Comedian, our awesome streamer. It's not his fault that TF2 is so badly optimized.
Hildreth, can you tell me, will it go to a golden cap here? What are the rules for this?
It should go to the golden cap. We're going to do it, the same as European style. Because, we're Europe's. We decide what happens in TF2.
A pause. Another pause.
Do you feel the tension is getting to these teams?
Soup. Doesn't I think he just landed a sticky onto kaidus there. He seems to be juggled in the air ever so slightly. And he is just...
is that blood spatter behind him there? At least I can see it.
Oh, I'm a competitive player, man. I've got my TF2 looking like absolute garbage, man. It looks like Tetris or something.
Mine pretty much looks like the default. I don't have any of those FPS configs. Whatever, man.
Got confirmation that Stabby timed the spy for the Syndicate, and Syndicate was saying before the game, they were complaining a little, saying, Ruwin has to go sometime, today, so we might not be able to do 3 maps, we want to hurry this up. But they don't seem to mind pausing, so obviously they must value Stabby, and look at Ruwin's points and frags, I just want to point out.
If Ruwin decides to leave, can we claim a default win for Europe? Is that fine, Hildreth? Obviously you're the admin of this show match. Can I wink wink, is that cool, man? The brown envelope coming your way later?
Only if SNSDs look like they're losing.
It's okay, we're used to that kind of thing happening in America all the time, political things and elections and all that. They don't actually work like we say they do, so we're not worried.
Sal, I would vote you for president any day of the week, but unfortunately I'm not an American citizen, so I guess that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Well, I would have to be 35 years old before I could even be voted president, believe it or not. So I'm not that old yet. Yeah, I know my rules. All right,
I just got lawyers.
Hurri is decloaking right now. Does manage to get a nice little side stab there on Polk, so he takes him down. And that is a lot of players down for both teams right now. The Syndicate losing more, I think. Both teams left their med alive. And so that does mean that they're both going to be able to probably run this into overtime or whatever the case may be. What are the rules on this, Hildreth?
There's a spy behind AOX.
Nope.
Yeah, the rules, they're playing time limit 30, win limit 5, so first to 5 wins, and if it goes into does go into golden cap, then I guess shall we do it? Should we let the streamers decide what they want to see? Next round wins, or 10-minute time limit?
Next round win could take a very long time. But right now,
I tell you what, kaidus is taking in the Uber right now. He got 2 immediate entry picks, so that's pretty good. Both Ubers are popped. TMP blasting these guys around, and he's trying to keep kaidus in position, but he's not going to be able to do that. He's actually taking a lot of damage, retreating now, and I think that things are kind of stabilized here. 2 minutes left to go as the Syndicate, they have a lot of dominations on the field right now, but they're losing players. TMP and Jake are down. And Droso's getting in behind. He's on the balcony. He's going in for either Hein or Soup here. He's trying to do some damage to Soup, but that didn't work very well. The Sniper and Spy for the Syndicate just respawned, and they're holding second pretty well. So this may very well go to golden cap.
Hurri just got spotted there, and yeah, right now it's tough. Look at TheSucker and kaidus falling back to middle.
Oh! Yeah, that was a good snipe by Tviq. I apologize, but pretty good stuff. Hein's like, oh, okay. He's probably making that okay face, from the Rage comics.
Yeah, I would be just a little bit mad.
Yeah, but 1 minute, 10 seconds left now, SNC. You're not going to lose at this point. Go for it. Balls to the walls, Admirable. Just charge, press W plus M1.
My balls or any balls? The hypothetical balls to the wall, absolutely. And here we see the opportunity for kaidus to go huge. He's trying to find the angle. The Uber comes in. He's got Hein in his sights. He opts not to go for him. Works with Alex there to pick up Soup, the Syndicate demo man.
Guys, 40 seconds left, and Syndicate is actually trying to... No, SNSD, I'm sorry, is trying to push last. Are they going to get away with this? 37 seconds, and they're getting a lot of picks. They could win this map. And there you have it. SNSD with the win. GG. They are going to a 3rd map. This is awesome.
Is Ruwin going to a 3rd map, though? That's the big question.
That is the big question.
Well, I'll ask you again then while we're here. Oh, will we wait till the map ends? I'll ask you now, actually. who has been your man of the map for Granary?
I'll let Sal go first on this as I talk a bit to the players so they know what's happening.
It's so tough to pick a man of the map because they all do so well. I didn't see anybody who did a really bad job, but man of the map for me, for SNSD, I mean, Droso once again carrying the team, and this time around it's not all cap points. He was still like on top of his team for frags and score, so I'm going to give it to Droso for him. For his opposing team, once again, vhalin was doing a really good job. Stabby got a couple of really nice picks, and did Hein actually drop any Ubers? I'm not sure if he did, so
I don't think Hein dropped. I think he played pretty well, to be honest. But he did die a few too many times, I don't know. For me, the man of the map, it's tough to give it. Ruwin was dominating, but SNSD's team play was pretty strong. I think kaidus was one of the big reasons why, but AOX is he's always there. Always gets kills, 450 HP. Can't take him down. I'd give it to AOX.
I might give it to kaidus, you know, he did well with that crits. I think that was really a sort of... The back cap was really a turning point, I think, for SNSD to get back into the game. Then the crits play with TheSucker. He'd probably get the wooden spin award, to be fairness, or in fairness. But in terms of an outro for the VOD, I will say this has been VanillaTV casting the ETF2L's EU versus NA Highlander Showmatch second map. It's just been tied up in the series with SNSD taking Granary 3-2, I think. This has been Admirable with Salamancer, Hildreth and Comedian on the stream. Apologies for the technical difficulties. I don't even know if there will be a VOD. But that was Granary, and now we're going on to Viaduct Pro. I think we'll go to a few adverts here, maybe? Stay tuned for more TF2 action after the break.